Lancashire are now hoping for Middlesex to muck things up against Somerset or rain in Taunton next week if they are going to have their First Division survival in their own hands in the last round of games in this LV County Championship season. That after they lost by 7 wickets to Sussex at the Brighton and Hove Jobs.com county ground. Lancashire began the last day there on 203 for 4 for a lead of 89 runs, and they batted in a positive manner first thing in the morning. Joss Butler immediately went after Ashar Zaidi with this 6, 1 of 2. The message was clear: Lancashire hadn't given up on winning this game yet. They knew that quick runs would give them a chance of setting Sussex a chase later on, or at least get them far enough ahead to earn a draw. The 5 points earned for doing that, not such a bad return, with Middlesex heading for another defeat at home to Durham. Stephen Croft matched Butler shot for shot, and having made a patient 50 off 140 balls, mostly on the previous evening, he threw the bat at plenty, sending both Chris Nash and Lewis Hatchett over the rope for sixes, the second of which was caught by Luke Wright as he touched the rope with his boot. These two had blasted 74 runs off only 12 overs when Butler on 33 dragged a ball from Hatchett one-handed out to Chris Jordan. Croft continued to attack, taking his side past 300 after Tom Smith had to retire hurt with a troublesome back. A top-edge shot of Jordan brought an end to Croft's innings on 87 as Hatchett held on in the deep, with Lancashire now 191 runs to the good. Glenn Chappell came and went quickly, cutting Jordan to Matt Machin on as a substitute fielder, while Hatchett did for Simon Carrigan, who nicked to Michael Yardy to go for a duck at 321 for 8. Lancashire hadn't got enough runs on the board just yet, and so needed some more from Jimmy Anderson. With some moments of luck and some of skill, he made 20 and added 37 more with Luke Proctor to take his team 244 runs ahead shortly after lunch. Jordan then produced an excellent Yorker to send Anderson on his way, before, with Smith back in, Proctor clipped Steve McGoffin out to Hatchett after making 22. Lancashire were all out for 364. That gave themselves 60 overs to try to dismiss Sussex, or the home side that amount of time to knock off 251 runs for a win, which would put them up to 4th in the table. Luke Wells fell early to Anderson. The visitors would have hoped for some help from a 4th day pitch for their spinners, but that was not forthcoming, and Sussex was soon on their way. A good end to the season for them could yet see them finish off in 3rd place, and that would give them a decent amount of money. It was not just Lancashire who had something to play for here. Nash made his second 50 of the match, this one off 59 balls, and he was soon putting his side into a good position with Ed Joyce. The pair had the total at 102 for 1 after 21 overs. Nash was then out for 57, Carrigan finding some turn and bounce to have the opener caught behind and to renew Lancashire's hopes. But they were soon put back on the shelf by Craig Cachopa, who, as he always seems to do, impressed with some excellent cricket shots. He has been quite a find, Nash playing a vital role in his move to the south coast after time together in New Zealand. Joyce, meanwhile, went about his business in his usual unflustered manner. This 6 had him at another half-century after his full one in the first innings of this game. It had come off just 55 deliveries, that maximum being added to his 4 fours. The runs were now coming quickly, Cachopa striking 1-4 after another, while Joyce went over the top again off Carrigan. Cachopa's second 50 of this game arrived with a 6 of his own, one right out of the screws that had him at his mark of 67 deliveries. That shot also brought the runs required down to beneath 50, and only 44 were wanted when Joyce was bowled around his legs by Croft after adding a runnable 79 to his 137 in the first dig. In truth, Sussex were cruising. Right eased Croft over long on for another 6 off just his second delivery, while Cachopa went over long off before winning the game with his 9th 4. Sussex reaching their target with bags of time to spare. In fact, with Kachopa making 78 off 86 balls, Sussex made 251 for 3 of only 46 and a half overs, the runs coming at 5.4 per over. That meant a 7-wicket victory and 23 points for the home side, who now sit in 4th with 2 to play. Lancashire took only 5, and that now leaves them 12 points adrift of Middlesex, who have 2 to play to their 1. 12 points for the Londoners at Taunton next week will mean that Lancashire will already be down by the time the two teams meet in Manchester, although a defeat for Middlesex could yet see them head down to Division 2.